What's up, everybody? Welcome to Observe and Proceed, where I observe and proceed to react. And today I got a wild video where a fire truck is on call, is driving down the street. I guess it loses control, flips over, then proceeds to crash into a building. It looks crazy. We're going to get right into that pretty soon. It all happened in Southern California, Sunland. Also, in Southern California and Santa Clarita, to be specific, on the freeway, there's a road rage incident between an old bucket, I think it was like a Camry, and a motorcyclist, where the motorcyclist kicked the Camry. I don't know if it was leg day or something, but the Camry went crashing out of control, hit other vehicles. Big crash. We're going to get into that as well. Then we're going to head to the East Coast, NYC, where an electric vehicle's battery, I guess, just blew up, caused a huge explosion, and people were terrified. All today, all on this video. But first off, I want to thank all my subscribers, everyone that's been liking, that's been subbing. I highly appreciate you, and if you could do that for me right now, I appreciate you too. Anyway, let's get right into it. Let's see what's up with this fire truck.
Tonight, we have new video of an LAFD fire engine that crashed in Sunland. Take a look. It appears to show the engine trying to avoid hitting another car. The fire truck lost control and crashed.
Looks like a video game.
A mile from Fire Station 74, the station they were dispatched from. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes has the new details.
Dang.
Investigators have a different look at last night's frightening fire engine crash in Sunland. From the camera angle first reported last night, why this LA Fire Department engine swerved and crashed into a parked car.
Damn, look at that. He was going way too fast. I don't think you're supposed to drive those things that fast.
And the Sunland H&R Block office was
Dang.
But today, this new
right into H&R Block
Tesla camera at the intersection right before the crash scene shows the ladder truck barely squeezing through traffic before a white SUV on the right begins to pull forward. An official cause of the wreck has not been released, but you can see the following fire truck try to make it through the now smaller.
Yeah. So what I see right here is he was swerving really fast, and the car weighs a lot, so he lost control. It sent the car this way. He was probably trying to get it back with the wheel, the steering wheel, and that's when everything flipped. But yeah, going way too fast. Some people actually, I think, were blaming this white car right here, this SUV. But he just moved up a little. He was already out the way. Like, the fire truck was not going that way. He was just hitting turns way too fast. That's crazy.
And lose control, ramming into a parked car and rolling over into the building.
Technically, by law, you're supposed to be 300 feet behind them after they passed by you. But we all see it. People merge right away to get back in the flow of traffic.
That crash happened around 6:45 last night on the 8200 block of Foothill Boulevard.
Nah, you can't blame the other people on the road, bro. That's the driver's fault.
All the way in Sun Valley. Ordinarily, trucks from LA Fire Station 77, just a mile and a half away, would respond. But because 77's ladder truck was already out, the two trucks from Fire Station 74 were sent, more than 6 miles away. The crash happened a little more than half a mile.
You know, if that was the case, how come they were coming from the opposite direction? Because, like, I know Sunland pretty well. It's like Foothill Boulevard, this street, and then it turns into Sunland or something like. No, this is Foothill right here. Sunland turns into Foothill. But anyway, sending them from Sun Valley, you would have to be coming the opposite way of where the trucks came from. The trucks actually came from this fire, where this fire station's at, which is down the street. Yeah, so that doesn't make much sense to me. But it also could explain why they were in a hurry. You know, they went around or something, and like, oh, wrong way. You know, I don't know.
Mile away from that station. Now, the speed limit here on Foothill is 35 miles per hour. How fast that fire engine was going has not been released. But those trucks can weigh up to 60,000 pounds. That's the equivalent of 4 grown elephants. Just 2 firefighters were on board the truck that crashed. The fire department says they both have been released from the hospital. A very visible example of how quickly an
They're the only ones that got injured, right?
turn into its own emergency.
Unfortunately, drivers are in their own little worlds, and they don't really see or hear the lights and or
Oh no, you gotta, bro.
right.
They gotta take accountability. That was on their driver's fault, bro. They're not supposed. Look. These drivers are out the way. They gave him a free lane. The first truck made it through. The second guy didn't because he was out of control. You got to take accountability. You cannot blame other drivers that are already on the side of the road, bro. And this one's already been here parked trying to turn. Like, what are you talking about?
Upon them.
Of course, no accountability.
Rob Hayes, ABC7 Eyewitness.
And like I said, they're coming from the other station's way. They're not coming from Sun Valley. Sun Valley's over there straight ahead. So I don't know what they're talking about Sun Valley for. Let's see right here. This is right after it happened.
Okay. Well, Mike, and share a bad accident here involving LA City Fire Truck 274. You can see fire trucks blocking Foothill Boulevard. This is in the 10,500 block of McVine. It's actually on Foothill at McVine. Now, this accident happening around 6:44 this evening. It appears that a vehicle or two are involved in this collision, and you can see the fire truck overturning against the H&R Block building right there. We're waiting word on injuries here.
Man, look at this car right here, though.
People that were injured being transported, and there's, as I look closer here, it looks like there's a vehicle underneath the back end of the fire truck there on the.
I mean, that's a total loss right there. It was probably one of the employees from H&R Block. That's probably their car too. And then this car got hit, but it's not a total loss. This one, that's crazy, bro. You come out, you park your car, you come out, you don't have a car. Hopefully you got uninsured. I mean, that's an insured motorist, but yeah, hopefully you're fully covered. Get a brand new car.
Sidewalk, so it's unclear exactly what happened here, if the fire truck was responding to a call or if they were just driving down the
They don't
street,
even know what happened here. Anyway,
so
let's see what happened with the aftermath of all this.
Now to that frightening fire engine crash that was caught on camera, the truck suddenly losing control and flipping over while responding to a structure fire in the valley. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher talked to people working nearby who felt the sudden impact. She joins us live now in Sunland. Michelle.
Well, Mark, this is just remarkable what happened here. The cause of this crash is still unclear, but over my shoulder behind me here, you can see that fire engine is still resting against the building on its side.
Wow.
Investigators still here on scene, gathering evidence and taking photos. What we have learned tonight from people we spoke with is that this busy avenue has seen its fair share of crashes. A surreal sight along Foothill Boulevard in Sunland as firefighters rushing to an emergency found themselves at the center of their own Tuesday evening.
One of our fire engines was responding to a structure fire response in the area when they were involved in a traffic collision.
One eyewitness capturing the...
Well, they were involved. No car got in front of them. They lost control. The lack of accountability from the fire department, man. Of course.
Frantic moments as a first responder is wheeled on a stretcher from the wreckage of the overturned fire engine.
There were 2 members on board, but both of them only sustained minor injuries. They were transported to a local hospital. There were no civilians injured in this incident at all.
The LAPD
well,
now
thank
investigating
God.
to determine exactly what happened to cause the engine
We just
to
saw
roll
what
over
happened.
into the H&R Block building, damaging 2 parked cars and pinning a third under it.
I heard like a loud explosion, and then I actually felt like a little tremble. Yeah, it shook.
These employees from the Panda Express just next door to the H&R Block immediately rushing outside after feeling the collision's impact, fearing the worst.
Last year around, what was it, November maybe? There was another car crash here, but there was somebody had actually passed away. So we're just thinking hopefully this isn't something that happened again.
Within minutes of the crash, those employees and customers were forced to evacuate.
All the firefighters.
Yeah, but this is a fire truck. This is different.
Leave everything, just leave. Yeah.
Accidents happen everywhere.
Crash, everything was like shut down. They put the yellow tape and they told us to get out.
As cleanup and the investigation stretched on for hours, the restaurant and several others along the stretch of Foothill between McVine Avenue and Oro Vista were forced to remain closed for the evening.
Yeah, I went to that Panda a few times. I would go to the Starbucks right there because I knew someone that lived right there, so I would be in the area. They're right. There is a bunch of accidents that happen there, but not like this. This is a fire truck losing control. They don't want to take accountability either. They're saying, "Oh, it was a traffic accident. So this car pulled up." No, we saw the video. We did, and that's why this investigation happened. And they're definitely gonna blame the driver for going too quick. Yeah. Anyways,
Imagine it's going to be at least a couple hours.
Thank God no one was injured other than, the drivers, but they're good.
All right, their names have not been released, but we are told, again, they are expected to be okay.
They're okay. Okay, so let's see what some of these comments are saying. H&R blocked. Losing control. You'll control to make a 45-degree turn at 50 miles per hour. Yeah, I drive a fire truck for a living. I can't imagine sliding that thing. What the hell? How fast are they going? See, like, even firefighters commenting here are saying it's their fault. The cause is still under investigation. Speed was the problem. Right. At an intersection that busy and no one else hurt or injured, that's a miracle. That's great. Speed, lack of experience, and pretending that they are too cool. It takes a lot of speed to slide sideways on a fire truck. Not much investigation is needed here. Thank you. It's impossible to drift a fire truck while driving straight and slow. Basic physics. Yeah, so, I mean, the fire department, regardless if they want to take accountability, they're going to get found liable for this. It is what it is. Anyway, we're going to go to the 5 freeway on Santa Clarita. There was a crazy road rage incident. Check this out.
And more amazing pictures, a scary case of road rage on the 14 freeway, and now...
So this bucket right here got kicked. He tried to ram this guy. Imagine he did and killed him. Like, really, bro? But then that wasn't enough. So he lost control. He hit the divider.
For that motorcyclist who...
Then he proceeds to keep losing control and driving like an idiot.
Kicked his bike
straight into that car right here. What? Like, why?
High gear and then kicked the side of a car.
Flips that car
CBS
over.
2's Lori Perez is live in Santa Clarita this morning with a closer look.
And you know what? Like, usually I don't like motorcyclists. They're annoying. I'm just being honest. On the road, that is. A lot of them are annoying and they are a nauseance to drivers. But I'm with the motorcyclist right here. I don't know how it led into some road rage. He was probably trying to cut through, which they all do, whatever, it happens. He kicked the car. It's like, what? I mean, you got to pull over if you want to do something. You're not going to try to ram him and kill him, right? So that driver of the vehicle is actually the evil perpetrator here. And then not only that, he swerved into another car. Like, why? You didn't have to do that.
Lori?
Well, Sharon and Jeff, I think I've watched this video about 10 times already. It is that hard to believe. This all played out on the southbound 14, just past the Newhall exit. During yesterday's busy morning commute at about 10 before 6, and it was captured, as you'll see, by the dash cam of a driver a few car lengths behind. On the video, we see the remarkable exchange from start to finish. Watch carefully as a motorcyclist kicks at a car in the HOV lane. Remember, this is at freeway speeds. The car goes out of control, swerving into and then bouncing off the middle barriers.
And he drove away.
With a spray of fiery sparks, it crosses back into the other lanes of traffic.
There's that kick. Unless this dude kicks like Superman, there's no way this car should have lost control. He tried to kill him right here after that. And of course, whoever's driving this bucket, I can tell you right now, is a POS. Who's driving those things on the road other than like some stupid kids, bro? Probably like mad their car got repossessed at a takeover. Then he thought he had him right here. He didn't. He realized that. So right here, I don't know why. Like, okay, maybe he wanted to come back and kill. Like, oh, I didn't kill him. But he like turns like so suddenly towards the divider, crashes in himself like a moron.
And then
obviously the motorcyclist stops and watches like, look at this idiot.
that truck flips over.
Then, not only that, he's going to swerve out the way, hit the gas, keep hitting the gas, try to cause a big pileup. Goes directly into this car. Who does this? Who you could have hit the brakes. You don't have to pile directly into the other car. Like I said, it can't be anyone that's over like 24 years old, bro. This has to be a dumb kid.
CHP says the driver of that white truck has none life-threatening injuries. Now the car.
Oh, and he had, and then he puts on his blinkers, so you know he was conscious the whole time. It's like, oh, I was unconscious, and then that's why I swerved into the truck or whatever. No, this evil kid or whatever, he tried to kill the motorcyclist. He was so angry, then he swerved into the other truck, bro. Take this dude's license, bro. Yeah, you want to go question the motorcyclist, how it happened, but as we can see here, that we don't need people like this on the road, bro. The one driving the bucket over here
came to arrest, but in that video, you might also have seen that the motorcyclist just kept going. It did not stop, and that's important because this came in as a hit-and-run crash to CHP.
That guy tried to kill him, bro. The guy in the car tried to kill him. Just saying.
This morning, they are looking for witnesses to help them
see if
figure
they're
out
okay.
how this happened, as well as to try and find that motorcyclist.
Let's see what these comments are saying. Like, I'm with the motorcyclist, bro, and I usually am not. That motorcycle driver was actually pretty good to avoid all debris in the road. I mean, it wasn't hard. Wait, all he did was kick the car. Must have been leg day. That's what I was saying. You know, my math might be wrong in this, but a kick car hard enough to send it into a wall. That guy on the bike would have been Chuck Norris. The driver in the sedan tries to ram the motorcycle but lose control. It's really a blessing. If the sedan wouldn't have lost control, it would have killed the motorcycle. No, he was trying to kill the motorcycle. He kicked the car off the road. That must have been Spider-Man. He can't stop because his identity is secret. The driver of the car had been evil. Some superhero stuff, bro. Yeah. Uncontrolled road rage and anger could do a lot of damage very quickly. Yeah, and that's another thing. With the road rage, bro, is it really that serious that someone cuts you off? Yeah, you're mad at the heat of the moment, but it's like, are you going to try to kill them? You're going to try to kill the guy because he cut you? Like, what? What are you doing? Yeah, so I think that driver of the bucket, of the sedan bucket, should be held responsible. Yeah, you want to find the motorcyclist, cool, but hold that guy responsible for that crash, bro. I don't want to see that bucket guy on the road, bro. And you know what? When I do see drivers in buckets, they're all like young kids that are trying to do the most. And of course, they get road rage. Like, man. Especially if they got those like fast chargers. Like, what are you revving your engine for, bro? This ain't a speedway. You know what I mean? These dumb kids. And they do takeovers and cause more like destruction, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, so now we're gonna go to New York over here. This is crazy. This is why people are scared of hybrid vehicles, of electric vehicles. Stuff like this with the battery, bro. I don't think anyone got hurt, but check this out.
We're going to turn now to that explosion near Wall Street here in New York City. Just last night, a car there burst into flames, and now we know why. Tom Hansen is in Lower Manhattan with the update. Tom, good evening.
Tony, good evening to you. Well, this is the exact spot where that blast occurred involving that hybrid vehicle. To give you an idea of what we're seeing on the ground here, look at the charred pavement and the literal outline of that car that blew up yesterday afternoon in bustling Lower Manhattan. Now, the video shows the vehicle engulfed in red hot flames.
Was this thing packaged C4 or something? I've never seen this. I've seen Waymos and Teslas on fire over here in LA. They did not do this. This is insane.
Thick black smoke choked the air down here, making it hard to see along the side streets. This happened at the height of last evening's rush hour, an incredibly busy time. No one was hurt in the incident, thankfully. The NYPD tells CBS News the explosion was caused by an electrical fire. They do not consider the incident suspicious. At one point after the explosion, people were seen running in all directions away from the flames.
Looks like 9/11, bro. Like, wow.
The fire department responded quickly and doused the flames. And to give you an idea of exactly where we are, we're just about a block away from the Charging Bull, a tourist hotspot. That's how close we are to where this blast took.
Of course, they don't say how it happened, what type of vehicle it is. Thank you, NYC CBS. Like, there's nothing about what type of vehicle it is. Here in Las Vegas, we call those barbecues. They were supposed to tell us why it happened. Exactly. What type of car is it? Please tell me. Overheated battery, most likely. Yeah, but what type of car? Toyota SUV RAV4 hybrid. Toyota! Man, I thought Toyotas were reliable, but obviously their hybrids are not to be trusted. Never buy a hybrid from Toyota. This is ridiculous. That is insane. This happens with electric bikes too. Don't store them inside. Yeah, man. Once these batteries overheat, these lithium batteries, they explode. They get big and they explode. But I did not expect it to be like a whole bomb right there. That's like, man, that's a whole, like, bro, that's a whole drone attack right there, bro. Like, if people didn't see the car on fire and they just saw that, of course that's why they were running, bro. They thought they were getting bombed. Crazy, crazy. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. I'll be back with another video before you know it. I'm out.